Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. All praises to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Lord of the worlds, the most merciful. I bear witness that there is no one worthy of worship but Allah, and I bear witness that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is his messenger. To proceed, my name is Saleh, and today I'm studying a series that I'm calling Suicide Thought in the Breaking. Suicide Thought in the Breaking. So before I get into that, I need to say this. I've been making videos for a while, but I never posted any of my videos anywhere because of some personal reasons and insecurities. But lately, I found myself thinking about committing suicide. Like, I know I wasn't really going to be committed to that thought, but the truth is, because of what I'm currently going through, the thought of committing suicide crossed my mind. So that's why I decided I'm going to start posting my videos, especially the content that I have in this series. I believe there are people out there that they need to hear this, and in order for them to get their hope back, and in order for them to keep moving forward in life. There are a lot of people out there that they are in difficulty, they are in different situations that are leading them to be thinking of committing suicide. So that's why I made the decision that I'm stopping procrastination and starting posting my videos, and this is going to be my first ever video to be posted anywhere. Yeah, back to the topic. Suicide Thought in the Breaking. So the original motive of this series is a video clip that I saw a couple of months ago. In that video clip, there was a lady that committed suicide along with her child by hanging herself and her child. And that video clip was really, really devastating for me. I was like, what could this lady be going through in her life to think that the only solution for her is to commit suicide, like to just end it all? And another thing is, around the same time, I was told that a friend of mine committed suicide. He wasn't a close friend, but he was somebody that whenever we saw each other, we used to say salam to each other and all that. So I was told that he committed suicide. I was like, what is going on? So I started contemplating about the reasons why people commit suicide. So what I'm going to do is that throughout this series, I'm going to share some of the reasons why I believe people commit suicide and teach us how to navigate through whenever we find ourselves in any of the situations that I'm going to be sharing. So, and this in this episode, this is going to be part one. We are going to talk about one of the main reasons why people commit suicide, which is being trapped or feeling trapped in life. Whether you're being trapped or you're feeling trapped, that just means you can't move forward and you can't go backward, but you need a way out. So, and there is only one way out for us, and there are a lot of people out there that they may be telling you that there is a way out, like you can do this when you're going through this, you can go. But I'm here to tell you that there is only one way out for us in any situation that we are in. So I found a perfect story for us in the Quran that I believe if we study the story and we apply the principles in the story, we'll be able to navigate through any trap situation. So it's the story of Prophet Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. If you don't know the story, you can go back and read it or listen to it or whatever. But I'm going to try to summarize it here. Allah sent Prophet Musa to Firaun. Firaun is one of the most wicked tyrants that ever walked on earth, one of the most wicked tyrants that ever lived here on earth. So Prophet Musa called Firaun to the oneness of Allah for a very long time, and Firaun waged war against Musa. And later on, Allah instructed Musa to leave Egypt. So while leaving Egypt with his people, they came across the Red Sea. He was obeying the instruction of Allah. They were leaving Egypt. He and his people, they were leaving. So while they were leaving Egypt, they came across the Red Sea. The Red Sea is in front of them, and then Pharaoh was chasing them from behind. I want you to get the image. They were obeying the instruction of Allah. They were leaving Egypt, and then Pharaoh was coming from behind. They are facing the Red Sea. They can't move forward. Pharaoh was coming from behind. They can't go backward. So they are trapped. And this is where we find ourselves sometimes. We feel like we're trapped, and sometimes we're being trapped, like we can't move forward and we can't go backward. Um, but as I said, there is only one way out. So in this situation that Prophet Musa and his people were in, how did the Prophet Musa and his people, how did they get out of this situation? Here, this is where Allah says in the Quran, when the two groups saw each other, the group of Prophet Musa and the group of Pharaoh, when two of them saw each other, the people of Musa, they said, indeed, we are to be overtaken. But immediately, Prophet Musa والسلام, said, Kalla. And I intentionally mentioned this word in Arabic because we all know that la in Arabic it simply means no. But Prophet Musa didn't say la, he said kalla, which means absolutely no, like capital no. Indeed, Allah is with me and He will guide me through. The people of Musa, they said we are to be overtaken because the Red Sea is in front of them, and then Pharaoh was coming from behind with a very large army, and they know the power of that army. So because of that, they said, "Indeed, we are to be overtaken." But Prophet Musa والسلام, immediately said, absolutely no, Allah is with me and He will guide me through. And Allah really guided them through. So how did they get out of the situation? So here comes the first principle. um, don't blame Allah for the situation. Instead, be faithful to Allah in the situation. This is one of the main things that Prophet Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, he did in this situation. He didn't blame Allah in the situation. Instead, he was faithful to Allah in the situation. And sometimes when we find ourselves in any difficulty in life, we blame Allah for what we're going through. We start saying stuff like, why is this happening to me? Allah, why are we started blaming Allah for what we're going through. But the Prophet Musa, Prophet Musa didn't do that. As I said, instead he was faithful to Allah. And sometimes we think we have the right to blame Allah. We don't say it out loud, but it's what we feel. We feel like we have the right to blame Allah. And when I was contemplating about the story, I was like, Prophet Musa could really blame Allah for this situation, because we all know Allah is all knowing. Like, Allah knew that this was going to happen, and then He told me to leave, and I'm obeying His instruction. So He knew that this was going to happen. So why did you put me in this situation when you know that this was going to happen? So he could really blame Allah for the situation, but he didn't do that. Instead, he was being faithful. So let me try to give examples, because some people may be like, what are you talking about? Being trapped, feeling trapped, being faithful. So it is legal in Islam, and generally it is legal to borrow money. Now you borrow money, and then it's time for you to pay the money back. You don't have the money, and then the lender is knocking your door, so you're trapped. In order for you to keep moving forward in life, you need to pay this money, and you can't go back in time to stop yourself from borrowing the money in the first place, so you're trapped. And to so many of us, it's our relationships. Maybe your relationship with your spouse. Your spouse is giving you problem, and then you can move on in life until you solve the problem at hand, and you can't go back in time to stop yourself from marrying this crazy person that is giving you problem. So you're trapped. And to so many of us, it's our relationship with our child. Your child is giving you problem, and you can't move forward in life because you need to solve the problem at hand, and you can't go back in time to stop yourself from having this child in the first place. So you're trapped with this child. So whatever the trap situation you find yourself in, don't blame Allah for the situation. Instead, be faithful to Allah in the situation. And the thing is, in Islam, there is solution for everything. Everything has solution in Islam. Maybe we just don't know it, or didn't know it yet. So if you don't know what to do, go consult the right mashayikh. Like, I said right mashayikh because there are wrong mashayikh that you go to them um, to help you. You go to them in order for them to help you to solve the problems, your problems. But instead of them to help you to solve your problems, they add more problems to your problems. So those are the wrong mashayikh. You need to make sure that you go to the right mashayikh and then ask them what Allah and His Messenger want you to do in the situation. Because as I said, in Islam, everything has solution. For example, when you are owing money, there is a prayer that the Prophet left us with to be saying whenever we are owing money. So, and I'm telling you, it's been tested. So that's the reason why you need to to go to the right mashayikh in order for them to help you out. But if you can consult the Quran yourself or go to the hadith yourself to figure out what Allah and His Messenger want you to do in the particular situation that you are in, that's the best thing. But if you can't do that yourself, go to the right mashayikh, and you will see that everything has solution. You just need to reiterating this because I don't want you to go to the wrong ones, so go to the right mashayikh. So another thing is that um don't whenever you're being trapped or you find yourself in any difficulty, don't try to play hero. And this is what so many of us we do when we are in difficulty or we're going through any trap situation. So we want to play hero, we want to do something that no one has never done before, and we don't care maybe it's the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do. We just want to figure out a way out to play hero, to play that to in order for people to say, oh my god, he made it through, he did something that no one has never done before. So don't try to play hero. And in this situation, actually, I don't know if you guys watch Korean films, but I watch Korean films. We try in life, especially when you watch films that are based on their history and all that. Sometimes you see something like a couple of people, maybe three, people going against a very large army, like people of Musa. If they decide to go against the army of Pharaoh, so we all know that victory is impossible. But sometimes they do that, three people facing a very large army. Why are they doing that? It's because they're trying to play hero. And in this situation, because of the personality of Musa, I think Musa could really say that, let me try to play hero. We all know that he was a very strong person. He could encourage his people, go grab whatever you can. We can't know if we can defeat them until we try. Let's try to. He could really say that, but he didn't try to play hero. Instead, he was being faithful to Allah. So that means whatever you are going through, don't try to play hero by doing something that has never been done, or by doing something that is not right, in the name of just you trying to be a hero, to do something that no one has never done before. So don't try to play hero. And another thing is, always make sure that you put Allah first. And this is one of the main things that Prophet Musa did. He didn't put anything first. He didn't even put his fear first, because I don't know if he was scared in this scenario, in this situation. But even if he was scared, it's normal to be scared. But he didn't put anything else. He didn't put anything else first. He put Allah first. That's why Allah made a way out for them. So, and so many of us, what we tend to do is that this is really crazy actually. We try different things. We try this, we try that, we try different things, and in the end, if nothing works out, we now turn back to Allah, like, Allah, you are my last hope. No, Allah is not your last hope. Allah, in fact, is not number one hope. It's the only hope that we have. So that's why we need to be putting Allah first. He is the only one that that's reliable all the time. If you rely on something else, you're going to be, if you rely on power, someday the power may fade away. If you rely on someone, someday they may not be here anymore. So that's why you need to be relying on the only one that's reliable all the time. So always make sure that you put Allah first. And another thing I feel like sharing, I don't want this video to be longer, to be very long. So another thing is, whenever you're going through any hardship, you're being trapped or any difficulty, don't get panic, because if you get panic, it will lead you to make the wrong decision. So don't get panic. And this is what happened to the people of Musa when they found themselves in front of the Red Sea and Pharaoh was coming from behind. There were later there were mu'minin around them. There were people that they believed, but the situation led them to get panic. So don't get panic like the people of Musa got panic. When they got panic, they said, indeed, we are to be overtaken. So you need to be making sure that you're being faithful all the time. Don't get panic in any situation that you are in. You need to be checking yourself out, and then to be what another thing is, we need to be teaching our children, to be faithful. We need to be teaching them who Allah is. We need to be teaching them that Allah is our only hope, the only hope that we have. Because if we don't teach them that and we don't leave that out in front of them, whenever they go into the world and they start whenever they face any problems, they will consult the wrong things, and we wouldn't want that to happen. So that's why we need to be making sure that we're being faithful, and to be making sure that we're teaching them to be faithful to Allah, because He is the only one that's reliable all the time. So I don't want this video to be longer than this. So I'm pretty sure that there are people out there that I'm repeating this. There are people out there that they need to hear the content in this series to get their hope back in life and to keep moving forward in life. So that's why you need to share this video. You may not need the content yourself, but you don't know, maybe the person you're sharing this video with may need it. And then make sure you share, and make sure you give me some comments, and if possible some likes. Okay. My prayer throughout this series is that may Almighty Allah never put any of us in any difficulty that will overweight our iman in Him. And those people that are in difficulty, may Almighty Allah help them out the same way He helped all His prophets out in difficulty. So thank you so much for watching. See you. Salam.